Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Bob Walters. This is Locked Up Sports. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. On the audio end of the podcast, you can find us anywhere you get your podcasts. Also, you can watch us on YouTube. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And how about that Mets, huh? Going for the sweep tonight. Last night, now, the Yankee fans tend to not get as worked up about these games as Mets fans do. You know, it's kind of we don't care. We worry about October. You know, their pompous, self-aggrandizing selves. It doesn't matter unless it's a World Series. Well, this time it matters more to them. And after the Mets won last night, we're going to go through the whole game, and we're going to preview tonight's game. After the Mets won last night, I texted my buddy in a group chat, and he came back firing insults. Like mad. Genuinely mad. Apologized right after. And he's not one to apologize. Apologized right after. I feel bad for what I said he told me. Because you know what? He was mean. But I loved it. Because you know what? They care about this. They're pissed off. They're pissed off that they can't beat us this year. Now tonight we go for the 4-game season sweep of the series against the Yankees, the Subway Series. Is it very important? Is it big important games? Not because it's the Yankees. Of course, it means a little bit more. I'm not a big Subway Series guy. I've told you that. I'm not big on these games. But it was nice seeing them all pissed off. It was nice seeing Judge look at strike 3 in the 9th inning, having them leave runners in scoring position, watching how frustrated they are. Now, they're also 17 games over 500, and saying their team stinks to blow it up, that's a little much. But it's nice to see them squirming a little bit. And listen, the Mets could have won that game by more. They should have. They had opportunities in the 8th inning to blow it wide open. I don't know why the Mets didn't put Alvarez in to pinch hit for the backup catcher when he came in for Torrens, because Alvarez left that bat sitting on the bench. It was obviously a gut move. He felt Torrens was going to get a hit there, but listen, you got to play Alvarez there. That could have broke the game wide open, especially a game where you don't have Diaz available. And you knew it was a late night. The Mets, apparently they didn't get out of Miami until 4 in the morning. They didn't get home until 6. So they were tired. The Yankees played a day game the day before. They were probably home eating dinner at their dinner table by 6 o'clock. The Mets didn't get home till 12 hours later. And then to come in there and play a game like that, and a character-building game, to win 3-2 when you don't have your closer to throw 6 pitchers. Quintana pitched well, but he pitched 5 innings. You were hoping to get 6. I was hoping to get 6, maybe into the 7th with him. He threw 2 pitches through the 5 innings, and he was out. And then they bring in Ottavino, who's been a train wreck, right? He gets 1 out. Then Alex Young comes in. He finishes off the 6th inning. Then you have Nunez, who was good in the 7th. You have Madsen, who was good in the 8th. And Diekman, who was the star in the 9th. And then on top of it, you also have McNeil hitting the big home run. And that was the perfect time to trade McNeil. I know you don't want to, and this is what happens during the trade deadline. He's hot, okay? He has been a bad hitter all season. He's getting hot at the exact right time. When you need him to get hot, they got to get rid of him. If they are going to get rid of him tomorrow. Because this is where he's most valuable. Because now you could sell him as, okay, a former, he's getting it back. He's getting back the magic of 2 years ago. When in reality, we know he's not. At least I don't think he is. He's going to fall right back into, 204. He had 204 for 4 months. He's not all of a sudden breaking out of it now. But that's a whole nother thing. Yesterday, the Yankees missed their opportunities. The Mets missed opportunities as well. There was a lot of missed opportunities in this game. Yankees left 11 runners stranded. The Mets left 8. Mets could have blown it open in the 8th inning with the bases loaded, 1 out, and they couldn't get a run home. They win the game 3-2, and when Judge, listen, Severino was right. The Yankees only have 2 hitters, Soto and Judge, and the Mets just pitched around them. They walked Judge 4 times. They went after him once. And, listen, gutsy call to go after him. I don't think it's too gutsy because the book says you'd never put the winning run on base. That's just like, that's one of those, you don't make the first or third out at that third base. You never put the winning run purposely on base. Now, they used to do it with Barry Bonds, and they even reference Barry Bonds. Listen, Judge is not Barry Bonds. Judge is a great home run hitter. He's not Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds got walked with the bases loaded. They weren't even putting Judge on last night. They went after him. And give Diekman credit. It's the biggest inning of his career. He started off with a strike 1, which is always the most important thing. Strike 1. He got Judge, took strike 1. And then he got him looking at a fastball in the inner half on a good pitch. I don't know why he didn't swing. I mean, you got to get the bat off your shoulder there if you Judge. You're the winning run. You got the tying run, Soto, on first base. And you're going to go down looking? And it was a strike. Now, they caught a break earlier with the batter right before Judge, where they got strike 2 called on that low pitch, and it was low. The umpire missed it. It was low. It caught the plate, but it was low. But Judge, to take 2 strikes, fastballs, that caught a good portion of the plate. You got to swing the bat there. And, you can't, I don't think it was even an option to walk Judge there. You don't put the winning run on base on purpose. That's baseball 101. They teach that in the first day of the semester. Don't put the winning run on base on purpose. So I don't know if I'm giving him credit for going after Judge. You have to go after him there. Because once Soto gets on, you're going to have to go after Judge. But as far as the rest of the game, they didn't go near Judge. And there's no protection for Judge or Soto in that lineup. There's nobody in that lineup that scares you except those 2. And the Mets just worked around him all day. They went after him the one time they had to, and they got him out. And props to Diekman, who came in and did a brilliant job. That was a big-time save. And this is a big, it's nice to beat the Yankees and all, but these are all big games for the Mets. They're in a pennant race. Right? They're right there with the Cardinals for the second wild card spot. They got the Pirates nipping at their heels. It's a tight race. 2 losses and they could be, out of the playoffs right now. And the series coming up against the Braves is even bigger than this one. And we know how they play against the Braves. But a good win last night, an excellent win. And McNeil hitting the home run. Listen, I don't know if they're going to trade McNeil, if they're thinking about trading him, but if you are, do it now. Strike when the iron's hot. Because it's never been hotter than it is right now this year. And they need arms in the bullpen. I mean, that was something we didn't see coming last night. If you would have told me that Quintana went 5 innings, and then you had Ottavino, Young, Nunez, Madsen, and Diekman, I would have said, oh, that's a disaster. But give them credit. They pitched 4 innings. They gave up 2 hits. They struck out 3. They walked 3. On all 3, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, the Yankees had the winning run or the tying run at on base with less than 2 outs. And the Mets pitchers, Nunez, Madsen, and Diekman, all got out of it. Now, it wasn't a great game from the Mets either. The offensive standpoint, they need to knock these runners in. Especially a game like last night when you don't have Diaz. You got to get that run. You got to get those runs in the 8th inning. Bases loaded, less than 2 outs. You got to get a fly ball in the outfield. Minimum fly ball. Get a run home. Get an insurance run. Because it would have been huge. But they were able to survive and get through the 9th and win the game. And tonight they go for the sweep. And listen, as it would be nice because, like I said, the Yankee fans are pissed because my buddy was pissed off last night, and he was seriously angry at me, and I loved every second of it. But tonight we go for the sweep, and listen, the sweep would be great. But if you'd ask me, would I rather win tonight or win an extra game against the Braves? I'd rather win an extra game against the Braves. And this is not going to be easy because the Yankees need this one tonight. They got Cole on the mound. Everybody is basically throwing in the towel. 17 games over 500. Throwing in the towel. Blow it up. This team stinks. Listen, they have stunk for the last month and a half, almost 2 months now. But they got off to such a good start that they're still right there. Tonight you got Cole against Minaya. Okay, Minaya, his last outing was not great. He pitched 5 innings. He gave up 5 runs, 8 hits to the Marlins and a loss. He's pitched okay against the Yankees his career. He's 2-3 with a just under 4 ERA. And he's going up against the Yankee ace Cole. Gil did his job last night. He looks like, now there's a couple good starts in a row for Gil. He seems to have gotten it back. He got out of that little slump he was in. That's good news for the Yankees. Their bullpen is what they need to worry about. The bullpen, and they need some bats. Because last night is proof that you could just pitch around Soto and Judge and beat them. Nobody else scares you in that lineup. So tonight, it's an ESPN game tonight. So in case you're looking for it, just know it's ESPN 7:05. Minaya against Cole. Cole 2-3 with against the Mets. He hasn't been great. He got shelled back in June when he pitched against the Mets. You had Vientos. Mark Vientos hit 2 home runs off him. Nimmo hit a home run. Bader hit a home run. That was the first game, I believe, where the Mets blew them out 12-2 in that one. And Cole didn't pitch well. Now his last start, he did pitch well. 6 innings, a run, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, season high 8 strikeouts. Tonight you're going to want Minaya, hopefully, to get through 6. He's been surprisingly good. I'm still waiting for Minaya to kind of come back down to earth, kind of like Scott did, although now it looks like Scott might have been hurt. But listen, you take what you can get. And, now it's a little bit of house money tonight for the Mets. Right? They're playing with a little bit of house money. Go out there, play loose, see if you can get the win, get the sweep. That'd be fantastic. But win or lose, you got to get focused right away because you got a big 4-game series starting tomorrow against the Atlanta Braves. And up until this point, that's the biggest series of the year. Because the Mets, it's a horror show against the Braves. Always. Don't forget, they came in and they won 21-3 last year in the game 1 of that doubleheader. That still bothers me. 21-3. It's a different team. It's a different year. They're a scrappy team this year, the Mets. They're scrappy, right? They're also streaky. They happen to be hot right now. When is it going to turn? Because as much as you say, they played better, more than they played worse, it's been about even. They're 4 games over 500. And like I said, this 10-game stretch, we're now 2 games into the 10-game stretch, 2-0. If they could get one here, 3-0, and then you go springboard right into the Atlanta series. And it's important. So it's Minaya tonight. Let's see if we could get a good pitching performance. Listen, do the same thing. The Yankees are going to put a different lineup out. That was just I don't know what Boone and Cashman or whoever draws up the lineup was thinking. They put in some lefties because, okay, you got to put in some lefties, and they had the left-handed going, so they threw in some more righties. These guys couldn't hit. Judge and Soto were the only people who could hit in that lineup. Nobody else scares you. And their bullpen is shaky. The Mets bullpen's shaky. And as far as McNeil goes, listen, if you're going to get rid of him, make the deal now. And I have no problem with them getting rid. I know, Mets fans, I know it's tough because, he's hitting now. He's red hot. McNeil's back, right? McNeil's back. No. Listen, we don't cave in now. We've said it now. He's been terrible all year. He's had 2 good weeks here now. Strike when the iron's hot and get rid of him now and get some value for him. Get a pitcher. Get in a starting pitcher. Because now they were going to go with the 6-man rotation when Zenga came back. Now that's shot because you have Scott is on the shelf. And they could tell you 10-day DL, whatever it is, 15-day. He's not coming back this year. He's too valuable to this team, to this organization. He's a high draft pick. He's a big prospect. You're not going to see him until next year. You can take that to the bank. So we'll see if they can get it. The Mets 52 and 48, 4 games over 500. And, listen, they're playing well. They've now won 2 in a row. They kind of steadied the ship after a rough start right out of the All-Star break. The Yankees are still kind of reeling. Baltimore's not good. Baltimore's the best team in the American League. And I told you that the Yankees keep playing like this, that lead's going to stretch. So this is by far a bigger game for the Yankees. Despite where the standings are, this is by far a bigger game for the Yankees. And they got who they want. They got Cole on the mound. They got going up against Minaya. They got their ace. Let's see. He's pitched well. He's coming off a good start. Manaya's coming off a rough start in Miami. Let's see what happens. But, man, it'll feel good to get a sweep, won't it? And you better believe I'll be texting that same friend, and he knows who he is, later tonight if the Mets get this sweep. And it's nice. It's nice to see the Yankee fans pissed off losing to the Mets. Usually it's, whatever. Call us in October. That's when we care. They're worried. Yankee fans are worried. The record looks good, but they watch this team and they watch how bad they've been for the last 2 months. And the Mets have been, as bad as the Yankees have been, the Mets have been good. So it feels like 2 ships kind of passing in the night, going in opposite directions. But there's still a lot of baseball to be played. Still 60-something games left. So, 58, 60, whatever it is left. There's a whole nother 2 months of baseball is what it is. And a lot can happen. And we got the trade deadline coming up. Don't forget, join us Sunday, 2 days before the trade deadline. Casey Stern from MLB Network, Sirius XM, MLB on TBS. He will be joining us as we'll talk trade deadline. We'll go over the whole thing with the Mets and the Yankees, what rumors are going on, who he thinks they should get. We'll see if McNeil is still here. I'm telling you, deal McNeil now. Strike when the iron's hot. So that'll do it for us. I just wanted to come on a little quick short show. Enjoy the game tonight, everybody. Remember, ESPN 7:05 first pitch. So if you're looking for it, it's ESPN. And that's going to do it. I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studio. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Rate us so we know if you like it or not. Review us and subscribe so we know you're here. We'll talk to you later. No, we'll talk to you tomorrow. I got work tonight, so I'll talk to you tomorrow. I got to get some sleep. From the Brian Gunzel Studio, I'm Bob Walters. Let's go Mets tonight. Let's get this sweep. See ya.